I mean, everyone does their own business, but apart from Lyles, he pretty much puts me under his wing, so he's a great guy, and he's the only one I pretty much need for sure. Obviously, lucky.
Imagine the roaring crescendo of a packed stadium, the final heart-pounding moments of a premier athletic championship. All eyes are fixed on the season champions, the titans of the track, as they drive towards the finish line, their bodies strained, every muscle screaming. The narrative is already written. The victors are clear. But then, from seemingly nowhere, a whisper begins, a ripple of disbelief that quickly swells into a roar. Far behind the leading pack, counted out by commentators and spectators alike, an unknown youthful runner, barely out of high school, is about to unleash a surge, so astonishing, so utterly impossible, it will rewrite not only the race's outcome, but also the history books themselves. This is the story of Cooper, a runner who, in one electrifying moment, transformed from an aspiring talent into a global sensation, leaving everyone breathless and questioning everything they thought they knew about competitive running. This was not merely a race, it was the unveiling of a phenomenon. The tension in the air was thick enough to cut as the 800-meter final entered its brutal, decisive phase. With just 200 meters remaining, the outcome appeared sealed. Cooper found himself languishing in a distant 7th position, a chasm separating him from the 4 frontrunners who had already broken away, their victory seemingly assured. Spectators mentally tallied their bets, preparing for the predictable finish. Yet, what unfolded next defied every expectation, every logical prediction. Instead of yielding to the pressure, instead of fading into the background, Cooper ignited an internal engine, launching into what can only be described as an impossible, mind-bending kick. His stride lengthened, his speed surged with a ferocity that seemed to warp time itself. He began to devour the track, passing seasoned professionals one by one, athletes who had dedicated years to honing their craft at the absolute pinnacle of the sport. Brandon Miller, an esteemed Olympic athlete, was left in his wake. Josh Hoey, the reigning world indoor champion, watched in disbelief as Cooper flew by. Even Bryce Hoppel, the formidable American record holder in the 800 meters, could not withstand this breathtaking onslaught. It was a surge of raw, untamed power, a display of athletic defiance that left the crowd in utter pandemonium. When Cooper finally crossed the finish line, not in 7th, but in a stunning 2nd place, the stadium erupted, a collective gasp turning into an appreciative roar for the unimaginable. The immediate aftermath of Cooper's electrifying performance was a blur of astonishment. As the official results flashed across the giant stadium screens, the true magnitude of his feat began to sink in, hitting observers with the force of an unexpected revelation. His finishing time, a blistering 1 minute 42.27 seconds, was not just fast, it was historic. This incredible mark obliterated the previous world record for athletes under the age of 18, a record that had stood unchallenged since 2011, set by Ethiopia's Mohamed Aman at 1 minute 43.37 seconds. Cooper did not merely break the record, he annihilated it, surpassing it by more than a full second. In the nuanced, unforgiving world of 800-meter racing, where victories are often decided by mere hundredths of a second, an improvement of this scale is akin to winning by an entire football field. It is a statistical anomaly, a performance so far beyond the expected progression for an athlete his age that it forces a reevaluation of what is truly possible. This was more than a personal best. It was a defiant challenge to the established order, a clear statement that a new extraordinary talent had arrived to rewrite the very definition of speed for his generation. The impact of Cooper's stunning race extended far beyond simply breaking a world record. It was also the shocking, almost incomprehensible leap in his personal best. In a single unforgettable performance, he improved his previous best time by more than 3 full seconds. To fully grasp the monumental nature of this achievement, one must understand the microscopic margins that define elite running. At the highest echelons of the sport, athletes often spend entire seasons, sometimes even years, painstakingly shaving off mere tenths of a second from their times. A full second's improvement is considered a significant breakthrough. 3 seconds in a race as short and intensely competitive as the 800 meters is nothing short of astronomical. This was not a gradual, measured progression. It was an explosive quantum leap forward that defied all conventional athletic wisdom. To put it into even starker perspective, Cooper's new personal best would have been enough to claim the American record just 1 year prior. This was not simply a good day or a fortunate alignment of circumstances. This was a transcendent performance, a moment where an athlete shattered not only records, but also the very concept of his own potential, leaving experts and fans alike in bewildered awe, eager to understand the secret behind such an unprecedented surge of speed. While Cooper's recent explosion onto the global stage feels like a sudden phenomenon, a closer look at his background reveals a fascinating narrative. a family steeped in the rich tradition of competitive running. His extraordinary talent, it seems, might be part of a remarkable athletic lineage, suggesting that the gift of speed courses through his very veins. His father, George, was no stranger to the 800-meter discipline, having competed with distinction in college at the University of North Texas, also showcasing his versatility by competing in cycling at a high state level. His mother, Tricia, brought her own competitive spirit to the track, having been a state qualifier in the 4x400-meter relay during her high school years, demonstrating a natural aptitude for speed and teamwork. Even his brothers, Andrew and George Jr., have carved out their own athletic paths. Andrew achieved considerable success, placing fourth at the state meet and securing a bronze medal at a national championship before joining a university track team. George Jr., while pursuing a different aquatic discipline, also competes at a collegiate level in swimming, indicating a universal family commitment to athletic excellence. This rich tapestry of family achievement hints that Cooper's inherent abilities are not entirely random. While his recent breakout is undeniably his own singular triumph, it also stands as a testament to a powerful underlying current of athletic greatness that has flowed through generations, setting a formidable, albeit perhaps unspoken, standard for performance.
You know what I mean?
And
it's
yet,
never just
even with
easy.
this impressive heritage, no one could have truly foreseen the seismic impact he was about to make.
When I was young, but
even before his electrifying performance on the grand stage, Cooper's journey through the ranks of competitive running was marked by an undeniable precocity and a consistent knack for shattering expectations. This recent triumph, while astonishing in its scale, was in many ways the powerful culmination of a path he had been forging since his earliest competitive years. As a mere 8th grader, Cooper was already a force to be reckoned with, capturing national championships in both the Brooks PR Invitational and the Nike Outdoor Nationals, showcasing an early dominance that hinted at a future star. By the tender age of 14, his talent was so undeniable that he earned a coveted spot in Nike's exclusive elite program, an initiative designed to identify and nurture only the most promising high school athletes across the entire country, selecting a mere 40 individuals each year. This prestigious program offered him invaluable mentorship, top-tier equipment, and unparalleled opportunities to compete against the very best. His freshman year of high school saw him continue his unstoppable ascent, remaining undefeated in the 800 meters. He secured 3 national meet victories and clinched a Texas state title, running a remarkable 1 minute 49.84 seconds. At the Brooks PR Invitational that same year, he etched his name into the record books, setting new marks for freshmen and for the entire state of Texas with an astounding time of 1 minute 47.58 seconds. These consistent, high-level performances against older and more experienced competition were not just impressive, they were clear, unmistakable signals of a generational talent on the rise, laying a solid foundation for the shocking breakthrough that would eventually propel him onto the world stage, making his seemingly impossible comeback all the more compelling. As the roar of the crowd enveloped Cooper at the finish line, his initial reaction was not one of preening triumph or expected glory, but rather a profound, almost bewildered shock. He raised his hands to his head, a gesture of pure, unadulterated disbelief, his expression a mixture of awe and profound humility. When reporters, eager to capture the immediate aftermath of such an earth-shattering performance, pressed him for words, Cooper could barely articulate the enormity of what had just transpired. "I don't know if there's words for it right now," he stammered, still visibly processing the unbelievable turn of events. "Just made the team." His voice conveyed a genuine surprise, a candid admission of exceeding not only external expectations, but also, perhaps, his own. "I wasn't supposed to make the team. A lot of people didn't think I'd make the finals. So being able to do that is just a special moment." These words resonated deeply, not just because they were honest, but because they revealed a young athlete who was truly living a dream that moments before had seemed utterly improbable. This unassuming demeanor, this raw, unfiltered astonishment, only endeared him further to a captivated audience. It underscored the monumental nature of his achievement, proving that even the athlete at the center of such a groundbreaking moment could be as surprised and as moved as those who witnessed it. His humility in the face of such greatness added another layer of intrigue, leaving us to wonder just how far this unassuming champion could truly go. Cooper's astonishing 800-meter performance was more than just a single, incredible race. It was a seismic event that has unequivocally reshaped the landscape of middle-distance running and unveiled the potential for a new era of speed. This young athlete, once merely a promising talent, has now etched his name into the annals of history, not just for his record-breaking time, but for the sheer audacity of his triumph against overwhelming odds. His unexpected surge to a World Championships qualification, coupled with his demolition of a long-standing under-18 world record, has sent a clear, reverberating message. A new force has arrived, and the future of the sport just got a whole lot more thrilling. What does this mean for Cooper? His trajectory now points towards an uncharted territory of immense potential. He has proven he possesses not only the raw, explosive speed, but also the mental fortitude and competitive spirit to challenge the very best on the global stage. Will this performance be the catalyst for a sustained reign at the top, or simply a breathtaking preview of future greatness? Only time will tell. But one thing is undeniably certain. The athletics world, captivated by his impossible kick and genuine humility, will be watching his every stride. This was not just a race. This was a declaration that the future of middle distance running has been unveiled, and it looks faster, bolder, and more exciting than anyone dared to imagine.